33 people who register for this free workshop. So that means everybody else is watching it in replay. Welcome back to the final day of our pelvic floor 101 basics workshop. I'm so proud of you all for making it through these sessions, especially those of you who came in the live sessions and interacting with me in the chat. I know it's a safe place. I know I'm not a doctor, so sharing my experience and my education all through years of my practice, it's useful to you, hopefully. So how is everyone feeling after these last few days? Let's put it in the chat. Are you feeling more connected, more aware? Are you more stressed, overwhelmed, worried? Feeling good, more aware of my posture. Yes, that's what we like to do. You see, I was like this and I was like, oh, no, 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 shoulders down. Yeah. I received my amazing flexible spine. Sarah, check this out. It's a real size spine, probably the size of Megan's spine, a bit too tall. So today, we're going to talk and we're going to do some exercises to strengthen also these muscles at the back. These guys are the gluteus maximus, and they support our trampoline pelvic floor muscles in there as well. So this is why the booty needs to be solid. To answer your question, Sarah, in the beginning of our days, remember we were talking about posture and how the top, see how this is flexible. The top, when we're slouching, is putting pressure on the pelvic floor. You see how it's kind of pushing down the ribs and all the organs in between. So with this spine, I can explain it. Ideally, we want the head, ribs, and hips to align, and be aware of that in everyday life. Okay, so let's see, feeling good. More connected, looking forward to the practice and becoming routine. Yes, we want to have a new routine, more aware of the importance. Yes. Correcting posture at work, moving position more often. Yes, yes. We covered so much. I'm noticing my posture when sitting, especially in the car. Yes. We covered posture, we covered breathing. In the beginning, we talked about the pelvic floor anatomy and how to engage these muscles, find them, the front and the back, holding our pee, holding the bladder, and holding the gas. So these are the muscles we're talking about. Right? So we talked about that. You now know how to properly align your body, how to breathe deeply, exhaling to activate your pelvic floor and use your muscles effectively. There is so many more I could go through right now. There's like bladder health, bowel health that I'm doing in the 6 weeks program, where I'm going through, stats of how often we're supposed to be going to the bathroom and why it's important not to be floating in the public toilet and actually putting a piece of toilet paper and sitting on it so that we don't put more pressure on our pelvic floor. So many things I'm going to be covering in our 6 weeks program that we're doing with Cindy. But today we put it all together, all these 3 powerful days into practice, and we're gonna do these 3 moves. I know I promised 4 yesterday, but I don't want to be running out of time, and I want to give you quality. Quality is better than quantity. So if you can do these 3 moves really well and repeat them daily and add, as you're progressing, add more to it, that will be ideal. So these 3 moves will help you wake up your deep pelvic floor muscles. And if you practice them consistently, you will start seeing results in 3 weeks for sure. I promise you, if you are consistent. So let's go into our slides real quick. Today is all about control. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, today is all about control. We talked about squeezing and releasing, contract and relax. Yesterday, especially, we talked about that. Inhaling to relax, exhaling to contract. This is the belly. I sent you a video with my belly doing the hug the belly moves to be connecting everything together. So that was day 3, and we're gonna go into it again, but in practice. I briefly talked about thoracic breathing with your chest. Today, we're gonna actually get more into it. And here are our 3 moves that we're going to get to it right away. We're going to use a wall. So make sure you have something to lean on your back to do a little wall squat. Then we're going to go back into our 4 and practice again a couple of moves. That's the one we did yesterday, but we're going to do one more today. And then we're going to go to the bridge, but the Pilates bridge, not the yoga bridge. There's a huge difference. Let's go into our mats. Have something slippery, take your socks off if it's slippery. No socks unless they have little membranes at the bottom. Let's connect the hip. Let's connect the back, the shoulders, and the back of the head. So the back of the head, I don't want the chin to be pointing straight. The chin needs to be pointing down towards your chest, okay? So the back of the head touches the wall. Your shoulders don't really have to be pressing back. I really want your shoulders relaxed, spine and hips. Okay, let's put our hands into our hips and keep the knees kind of soft, and let's wake up with the pelvic tilts for now. So inhale to relax the belly. On the exhale, we start to zip pubic bone all the way to the ribs and tuck in the pelvis. So now your lower back should be fully pressing on the wall. Yes. And your upper back as well, and the back of your head. Okay, relax the belly. And inhaling. On the exhale, zipping up all the way. Again, we're going to do 3 times this pelvis tilts. And as you're stuck here in this position, contracting your pelvic floor and your belly muscles, I want you to bring your hands into your ribs and breathe in thoracically, laterally. So let the ribs grow as you're breathing with your chest, not the belly. So let's practice. Belly, inhaling to relax. On the exhale, we zip, we stack, we tilt the pelvis, we stack the lower back on the wall. Now this hand up here should be lifting up. Exhaling. Only the ribs breathing. Here we're still contracting. Exhaling. Inhaling, rising. Exhaling. So we don't hold the breath, but we do hold the contraction. We do keep the squeeze here while we're still breathing with our chest. And now relax everything. Relax the belly, relax the ribs. All right, okay. Now we have the difference. Tummy breathing, chest breathing. Okay, relax everything now. We're going to come a little lower into a squat and use your feet for stability, bare feet. Okay, we're going to come into a squat. You decide how low you want to go because you're going to start feeling the burn on this thigh. So go where you can handle it. Okay, let's inhale with the belly relax. Exhaling, activate the core, deep pelvic floor muscles. Now we're going to inhale thoracically, ribs expanding. Exhaling while we're still keeping everything contracted. 2 more breaths with the chest. Keeping everything contracting there. And then exhaling with the chest, and then inhaling, relax the belly, come back up. All right, open the feet a little wider than your hip. And now we're going to do the roll down. The roll down is the feet are parallel. So let's pretend we're a sticker on the wall. Your whole spine is a sticker, sellotape, whatever. So we're going to breathe in with our belly, relax. On the exhale, we zip up, we contract, we tilt the pelvis, press the lower back on the wall, upper back as well. The whole spine is pressing against the wall apart from your neck. We're going to breathe in thoracically. On the exhale, we're going to bring the chin to the chest, and we're going to start peeling off the spine, the sticker, the sellotape off the wall very slowly. Keep contracting your pelvic floor muscles and start making your knees a little softer as you're peeling the spine off the wall, vertebra by vertebra. You keep contracting, you keep that tilt of the pelvis. Then, when the only thing that touches the wall is your hips, then you let go. You inhale to relax the belly again. Let the belly be. Let the arms be, let the neck be, let the head be heavy. The crown of the head's pointing to the ground. And you can exhale, inhale, relaxing everything. So right now we're not contracting. We don't need to do anything. You can breathe with your belly in and out, exhaling to relax as well, not just inhaling. Right? It's a different concept, right? But right now we can exhale all the madness and relax. On the next inhalation, we get ready, we prepare the body, and as we exhale, now we tilt again, we engage our core, deep pelvic floor muscles, we squeeze the front and the back, we squeeze and lift up the belly, belly button disappears, so that gives us the strength to lift the vertebrae on top of each other and bring again the hips down, the lower back on the wall, the middle back, the upper back, and the head comes up last. This is called rolling down on the wall. And then you can relax your belly and return to your neutral spine with the gap, right? The cup in the lower back. Okay, so we're gonna try to keep that posture and we're gonna do 2 squats here. Okay, profile view. We had the wall, so we're good. Head, ribs, hips. We're gonna inhale, and on the exhale, we activate and we go all the way down, pretending we're gonna sit into the chair. Here, I want you to totally relax. Open again, inhaling, relax the belly and the deep pelvic floor muscles. We inhaling to relax. On the exhale, we squeeze again the glutes, we tilt the pelvis, and we come up. We imagine we're lifting a huge weight up, and then you relax. Okay, so this is gonna help us with daily life. Posture check, tilt, thoracic breathing, and squatting with intent to lift heavy, okay? And when you're lifting heavy and you need to do a distance A to B, you keep your pelvic floor contracting and you breathe thoracically as you're moving away until you release the weight and you relax your deep pelvic floor muscles. Okay, bring the feet closer to you in a way that you can almost touch your feet with your fingertips. So I don't want you cramping and having your hamstrings complaining. Let's relax. Head, neck, shoulders, upper back, middle back, lower back is neutral. We don't tilt the pelvis. We're just using gravity here for a moment to relax. Okay, now we're gonna bring the arms to the side of the body. For me, I'm gonna keep them up so you can see what's happening. So for you, leave the arms along the side and we're gonna inhale with the belly. On the exhale, we tilt the pelvis, tailbone is pointing now to the sky towards the knees. You lost now the neutral spine, so your lower back is pressing on the mat. And now we start peeling off the spine from the bottom. This time is the coccyx. The sellotape is the coccyx. We're peeling it off the mat. We're coming up into the bridge. But this bridge is not the yoga bridge. What's the difference? This bridge is activating the booty, which I was explaining earlier how important it is for our pelvic floor support, and not the ribs. So notice I'm not flaring my ribs. My ribs are heavy, and I'm looking for that perfect line, knee to shoulder. If you were doing the yoga bridge, your ribs will be really high up. So we want the ribs heavy. So press, maybe hold into the bottom of your ribs here with your hands and see, can you squeeze your booty higher so that your hips can lift? We're squeezing really hard, right? Let's go, because we're getting tired. This pelvic floor muscles getting tired. Coming back down with control. And now you can release the booty and the hips and the deep pelvic floor muscles and your belly. We're going to do this 2 more times. And we want to see how long we can keep the squeeze. So right now we're relaxing, right? We're relaxing. We're going to use the visualization of that elevator. So the elevator bridge, there is a little mini elevator inside your pelvis, okay? For the purpose of this exercise, is really helpful. Okay, so we're now ground zero, which means the elevator door is open. So that means we are inhaling, we relax. On the exhale, we tilt the pelvis and we close the elevator door. We keep squeezing, but ever so gently. And now we're going to go to the first flow, which means we start floating off the mat a little bit. We're coming up to the second floor. We're coming up to the third floor. And every time you're rising to a different level, you squeeze a little more until you reach the fifth floor. And on the fifth floor is the highest our hips can go with the booty. So everything is squeezing. The door is not opening. The elevator is working full capacity. Nobody's getting out. We're squeezing. On the exhale, we start going down. On the fourth floor, third floor, second floor, first floor, and eventually we hit ground zero. The door opens and we relax. And if it helps, let the knees fall to the side. And this is the exercise we did on day one, where your knees are falling to the ground. So you have the option to keep the knees high or the knees open. This exercise, though, with the knees open, works the inner and outer thighs as well. So if you want a total core workout, I prefer this one. So let's do one more time the open elevator bridge. Let's inhale with our belly. On the exhale, we tilt the pelvis, tailbone comes high. We press the lower back on the mat. We close the elevator door. We have a gentle squeeze, and we come into second floor. We squeeze a little more. On the third floor, we take off. The hips are floating. On the fourth floor, we're definitely high. And on the fifth floor, we're as high as we can. I know it's a little wobbly here. That's all right. We're working a lot of muscles, deep pelvic floor, abs, hip flexors, thighs and inner thighs, abductors and abductors, everything. We're squeezing in fifth floor. That's as long as we need to keep it, not very long. And then coming back down, fourth floor, third floor, second floor, we're almost touching, we're down, first floor, and ground zero, open the elevator door. Whew. Right, how does that feel? Is this too tight? So I really like the open bridge because you'll really get the sensation of relaxing and opening. So it's always good to have that support of the almost like the knees opening, the pelvic floor is open and relaxed. So let's do one last time. You're gonna inhale to relax. On the exhale, we're preparing the body. We start closing the elevator door, a gentle squeeze, nothing crazy. So your pelvis is tilted and your booty is just starting to fire up. On the second floor and third floor, we're definitely working the glutes. On the fourth floor, we're halfway high. And on the fifth floor, we're squeezing everything we got. We stay here for 10 seconds, guys. We can do it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we come down to the fourth floor, releasing some of the pressure. Third floor, second floor, first floor, and ground zero. Whoo, relax everything. Get your legs straight and shake them up from the heels. Right, this is the open bridge elevator. So your hands are below your shoulders, knee below your hips. You're going to find your neutral spine, so that means you relax your belly, and that's going to be not too exaggerated, in the middle of your tack and your relaxation. So in the middle, that's your neutral spine. Breathing in with the belly. On the exhale, we tilt the pelvis and we start to zip up in and up the belly. That's the hug the belly here. Nothing else happening, just hugging the belly. We squeeze ever so gently our deep pelvic floor muscles. Mostly the front muscles are active here. Okay, the head is the highest. I don't want you to drop the head high, pushing the floor away from us. On the next exhale, and we inhale thoracically. On the next exhale, we tilt the pelvis and we do our little kitten here. It's not the full cut, it's the kitten. So your belly button should disappear inside towards the spine, and then you lean back towards this heel. This is incredible for lower back pain. Stretching the lumbar, especially the one we talked about earlier, Megan, the third and fourth. Coming back on the fourth, neutral spine, relax the belly. All right, it's important to relax. So let go. Open up the gate, the elevator door, right? It's all relaxing. We're inhaling with the belly to prepare the body. On the exhale, we tilt. We bring the belly button in, zipping upwards. And then we pressing and tilting only the lower back into a mini kitten. And then we lean back towards these heels. Keeping the belly button deep inside. The tilt is there. You're squeezing your deep pelvic floor muscles. Coming back up on the floor and relax the belly. Whew. All right, so one more, which is preparation for the plank, which I believe doing planks is incredible skill to have and definitely good sign of healthy pelvic floor. So tucking the toes, that's what we need. Before we were here, we're gonna tuck in. So again, press the floor away from you. Head is the highest as it can be. Your neck is nice and long, no wrinkles in the back. You're not looking forward, you gaze in between your hands. Relax the belly to breathe. On the exhale, we tilt the pelvis and we start the zipping in and up. And on the next inhalation with our chest, remember thoracic breathing, we exhaling and then we lift the knees up. Hold it and squeeze everything. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. All right, this is plank prep. Okay, we don't need to go all the way back. If you want, we can have a go. But right now, we did the kitten to prepare, and now we're floating the knee. So inhale, relax the belly, drop the belly down. On the exhale, we tilt, we engage, we squeeze, we keep the belly in, and then inhaling thoracically to exhale to float the knees. If you are comfortable here, and this is very mega easy for you, I challenge you to extend one leg away and then the other one. And that's the safest way to go to the plank. And the body is not moving. Remember the T-set on my back. Let's do 3 of these. Hold everything tight, breathing thoracically. Don't hold the breath. We keep squeezing. 1 and 2 and 3. That's it. Release one knee down, one at a time. Shake this wrist that had a lot to work on and let the arms to the side. Relax your neck and head. Child pose. Remember the child pose is one of the moves that we can release and relax our deep pelvic floor muscles. This is it. On the last day of my module 6, or my 6 weeks gut and pelvic health reset, we are doing plankathon. So that means that in these 6 modules, I'm building your strength so much so that you can do most of the planks. That's why it's called the plankathon. Okay, so if that's one of your goals, this is a great program for you. You've done amazing, amazing work, you guys. I've been watching. Crazy. Let's go into our slides again. I'm gonna more of these are in the Lovejoy app. Some of you already are using it, which I'm very grateful for. Movement heals. I recommend that you do these 3 moves every day. It takes 10-15 minutes max. And the key message here is pelvic floor awareness in daily life. So think about how these exercises can support you in everyday tasks, whether lifting, whether you're sitting on your desk, walking the dog. Engage your pelvic floor during these moments, which will help you maintain your strength and your confidence, you guys. And I'm gonna finish up here. If you guys are done, I want to respect your time. It's 30 minutes. Otherwise, you can stay and ask all the questions you want. But you're still here, guys. Amazing. You are amazing, definitely. So Cindy, why is it important to take care of our gut?
Well, thank you, first of all, Alexandra, for all those exercises. It was really hard to hold the bridge and keep holding and counting to 10. I was like, I really realized how weak my muscles were because I couldn't hold it. I had to let go and then recontract. Yeah, so we were talking about awareness, right? Awareness of our posture, awareness of how our pelvic floor muscles are. Some of us didn't even know where they are, like how does it feel? And when you talked about holding in your gas or your fart, I thought about bloating because bloating or inflammation or extra weight, it really does put extra pressure on the pelvic floor too. And your gut health can also impact all those muscles because if you're constipated, let's say, and you have inflammation, you're holding that excess weight, or if you have diarrhea, or even if you have extra belly fat, and that has to do with insulin resistance, it has to do with how your metabolism is. And
Stress.
so we decided to connect and put this program because it wasn't just about exercising or only about nutrition. It was really complementary to have this extra mindfulness around eating and digestion. And during the 6 weeks, there's 3 meal plans. The first meal plan, it's basically week 1 and then the middle and then the end. So that's the 3 meal plans. And the first meal plan is really around lowering insulin in like blood sugar,
Oh,
basically, because we don't realize it, but as we age, especially with estrogen, progesterone dropping, and cortisol increasing, that could impact how we are responding to insulin or to sugar, basically. And so when you have even many women over 40 will say, you know, I used to be able to eat all these carbs and ice cream and it didn't
spaghetti.
matter.
Yum
And
yum.
now I eat a little carb and it goes right to my belly. Like I could really feel it. So that the whole goal of the first 2 weeks is to kind of help you reduce the insulin response, the spike of
Mm.
sugar. And then the third week, we get into hydration and we get into protein rich meals so that you shift
And then,
your
oh,
carb
here. Mm.
more into protein. Yes, that's exactly it. Low glycemic, high protein. And then at the end, we will all practice intermittent fasting, which is a great way for those who are pre-diabetic or even those who want to just give your digestive system a break to try intermittent fasting. And there's so many benefits to doing that, just even for a week or two, just to try it for your brain health, for your energy, to be able to sleep better as well, because you're not digesting food through the night. You're able to actually absorb and process it while you sleep, and then do the detox while you sleep. And speaking of sleep, Alexandra, we decided to dedicate 1 week to sleep. And during that week, Alexandra would be doing cozy Pilates. So everything has a theme. Like when we do hydration,
See?
Alexandra does the sea animals and all these different moves. So yeah, sleep is so
Mermaid.
important.
Yeah.
Exactly. For your metabolism. If you don't sleep enough, you can have a harder time losing weight because your cortisol goes up.
Mm.
So sleep, relaxation, that's so important too, right?
And we really want to focus on reset. We want you to have it a new life, a new lifestyle where, like, just like as you brush your teeth, you're aware of all these little postural changes, pelvic floor strength. Am I hydrated? Am I helping my gut detox and flush and debloat? And am I stressed? Am I sleeping enough? Am I eating well? Am I getting the proteins? Because guys, we lose so much muscles as we get older. It starts from 30, and then from 50 plus, it goes like 8% per year or something crazy. And if we don't use it, we lose it. And we do need protein more than before. It's crazy. I didn't even know. As a vegan in the beginning, I didn't even know that's why I was so weak and not building muscles. Like in France, I was doing my Pilates business, doing 9 hours of Pilates a day. I was like flesh and bones, but I had no crazy definition because I was not getting enough protein. And yeah, I was exhausted, I was not sleeping well, and I was aching everywhere as well, like protein and all the minerals. We talk about minerals, we're talking about that in our
Yes, absolutely. In the
yeah,
hydration module, we talk about electrolytes and
yeah,
minerals and grounding.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a holistic reset. And you probably have, that's why we made you guys 2 deals. So there's one that you do it your own self. This is a lifetime, there's a lifetime program. You can have it forever, right? Is that right, Cindy? I'm
Yes,
pretty sure. Yeah,
that's right. It's on your app
it's
and it's online. Like it's video. There's the attachments, exercises, handouts. It's the whole resource vault is right there in the app.
yeah, and it's very similar to what I have already, right, in the app. Yeah, so Cindy already has I think you guys have lifetime access to the app. So Cindy already has a little place in the app, so you already know how amazing is her meal planning. It's incredible how she's done anti-inflammatory program. In there, just like in the 6 weeks program, you get your meal plans, you get your grocery list, which is, I think that's amazing. And then you get your instructions of how to cook each meal. And it's so clear, and I've done it. I've done a week of that, and it really works. It's just help you to get organized as well. I know we have kids. I know we don't live alone, so it's a little more challenging. We're all moms here, I believe. Anita, are you a mama?
No,
No,
I don't have any children.
So that's going to be much easier, less challenging for you to find time and really dedicate this. You're going to have faster results than us, I'm pretty sure. And then, so the program is going to be in the app. Before they had other programs like the Habit Challenge and the Back to School Challenge. So we're going to add that in there. And the official page is open, is here. We have it ready for you. So here is the package A, which is at your own pace. Everything is pre-recorded, like you have your 4 days recordings of this week of the free pelvic floor. But I'm gonna have more in detail of what we did these 4 days. So we're gonna drag it into 6 weeks, and then you have access to all that for life. And then package B is a little more interesting, because then you get our one-on-one care, you get our full attention, you get 2 private Pilates, and you get 2 nutrition consultations, which have a crazy value. You get to figure out what is your body. Cindy, you want to talk about that?
Of course, yes, with pleasure. I mean, for people who have certain food allergies or intolerances, and I could do a more customized meal plan. For those of people who have hormonal imbalances, like if they're going through menopause, if you have too much estrogen, for example, very heavy periods. I mean, in this program, we talk about the gut health, but there's still some work that can be done to help you balance hormones so that when you go through your periods, it could be more regular. It doesn't have to be so heavy. The PMS symptoms, if you're experiencing cramping and breast tenderness, that can also be minimized through certain supplements and herbs. I mean, there's certain foods that can really help you detox extra estrogen. And this is a very important matter for women of all ages. I mean, we have a lot of estrogen that are being mimicked through plastics, through chemicals, through pesticides, even fragrances, perfumes. These are things that can add extra load on our body and make our bodies think that it's estrogen, and it becomes dominant. And when it becomes dominant, that's where people can start getting ovarian cysts, polyps, fibroids, even cysts in their breasts. So these are things that can actually be completely avoided through lifestyle changes and just changing the diet and removing all of these chemicals, these toxins. So if you need help with that, that can be done on a one-on-one. And I also provide testing, saliva tests, hair tests to check for hormone imbalances and mineral imbalances. So these are all things that we could definitely help you with. And like Alexandra, our services are able to be used through insurance.
If you're in Canada and your employer covers that, this is coming back to you. So if you haven't used your insurance and we're coming to the end of the year, this could be a sweet gift to yourself. Early Christmas gift, and you saving for the next 3 days. We're going to have this offer where you can save up to 100. And for you guys in US, this is even cheaper because we're talking Canadian dollars here. So, and if this deal is not enough, we have Clara. I don't know, you guys know, you can actually break it into 3 payments. So we are here to support you and help you any way we can. And if you don't care about the private care, that's all right. And you're not getting any of this money back. That's why we have the first option. So that one, just pre-recorded help and full access to the app. So lifetime full access. So I'm going to stop sharing. So once we buy the program, it's lifetime access. Yes, absolutely. So it's yours for life. You can always come back to reset. And you can always book a private if you don't want to use them right away. I don't know, what's the expiration, Cindy? If they buy the private, how long is it valid for? Can they use it a bit later?
Yeah, absolutely. You can use it later. once you book it, like when you have the package B, you mean when you have the
Yeah.
package B and you have the private consultations, I would recommend to do it alongside with the program as early as possible because that's when you can resolve issues as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So there's no real reason to wait unless you really want to just focus on your pelvic floor and then move on to hormonal health. But if there's something that really bothers you, I would suggest just use it as soon as you can.
Yeah. Yes, I hope you feel a little more aware and stronger, and your posture and your breathing connections, and you're loving your pelvic floor so it loves you back, and you get your confidence back, and you're fearless and going back into running and jumping and playing and whatever makes you happy, guys. Love joyfully. Okay, have a good night. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Alexandra.
Thank
Thanks, everyone.